Baby, if you give it to me, I give it to you. I know what you want. You know I got it. Right before I pressed the record button, that song just like dropped in my spirit. So baby, if you give it to me, I give it to you. As long as you want. Welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. I read the sacral energies, not the sacral, I read the chakra energies. That sacral energy is what's present though. That's why I said it. Orange representing the sacral chakra. But in this position, it crowns the reading. So this is what is at top of mind, and it's passion. Maybe if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. Guard against any energies of desperation at this time. If you haven't, come into connection with your soulmate, but you feel it so close. It's like you may be in an energy of like just feeling like you're being courted by the world at large. Like you go out and maybe people are turning their heads and they're looking at you. They're wondering, oh, where are you from? Or they're liking your creativity, or they're asking you, where you from? You talk different. Those kind of instances where you just may be getting more attention than usual. And it's their passion. It's your passion that they are attracted to. Also, people who are having passions on display more than usual at this time. Y'all know we inching into Scorpio. It's passion. We're inching into that time where a lot of like the true desires, the things that really pull a person, their deepest cravings, are kind of bubbling to the surface. Some people know how to handle it. Some people don't know how to handle it. I would say that at this time, remain balanced in your passions. Don't let somebody come along and make you feel like you just need them to get what it is that you want out of life. Like if you ever feel like an ultimatum type of energy, that's, just, it's probably not for you. If there's like an ultimatum energy introduced into a situation, because this is an abundant universe, it's an abundant life. So what is all that it better be this or it better be that? Like whoa, pump your brakes, calm down, chill. And also let that temper your own passions. Like don't feel like there's only one way for something to happen for you. Infinite ways, infinite avenues. God is an infinite energy. So just stay happy, be happy with what it is that you do. Don't necessarily need your audience to react. Don't really even worry about the audience. Like leave it all out on the stage. Somebody may be some type of performer, or you speak in a public position, or you could just be somebody who faces the general public. Like you could work like at a register or something, or at a checkout counter or something like that. I'm seeing like the people who be the ticket counters at the airline, specifically Delta. So somebody may be flying sometime soon. Especially temper your passions in the airport. You need to be on your best behavior in that airport. That's something for somebody. You may be in a twin flame connection, and they may kind of flame your temper or something, or you're coming out of a situation that may have your temper kind of excitable. Temper that before you walk into that airport, please. I'm getting like a performance type energy, because you may have such, if you are someone, because I'm getting like celibate, I'm being drawn to like celibacy right now. If you're someone who like, you hold yourself, you keep yourself sacred, until you think that you find someone that is worth sharing that type of energy with. Is It's like everybody may not be happy with your choices. So you may be dealing with kind of an energy of maybe feeling like pressured at this time. If you're feeling, again, that kind of ultimatum energy, if you feel like somebody is pressuring you, that's a telltale sign that you need to kind of like back away from that, because that's your energy first and foremost, and no one is entitled to that. Strength is in the third eye chakra position. Again, as you are manifesting, your energy is high, attracting people. Your level of passion and what you have passion for could be lost in translation with other people, and they may perceive you to be like more sexual than you actually are, or they may approach you with more like hot and heavy energy than you really want to be in at this time. And you have to be okay with like first identifying that, and then knowing how to work around it so that you don't cave into someone else's cravings. So it's very sexual, that passion there. But the strength card is like being able to discern these things spiritually. being able to know, okay, this person don't really know me enough to really like be talking about making love to me. Like you don't love me, so we not making love. Like chill. And if you still want to have sex, that's cool, but let it be known up front what's really going on. Don't let nobody put no illusion in your face. Like, you remain in control of your energy. Don't let somebody else get whisked away by your energy, and then you flattered by them being, in over their heads with your energy, and then you get in over your head in a relationship where y'all don't even really know each other yet. Because that's kind of what I'm getting here. Like, just real hot and heavy. We fall head over heels for one another, and we want this thing to happen so quickly, and then you deep in it and don't have the actual discipline or don't have any solid foundation for it. I'm getting like young people who meet, don't even exchange phone numbers, they exchange Instagrams and shit. Y'all DMing on Instagram, and then y'all meeting up places and hurrying up to the bedroom, and and then that's so inappropriate. Something about YB, maybe somebody listening to Young Boy a lot, and a lot of his fans live in that culture where it's like meet up and just based off of looks, based off of your TikTok, and how well you hit the dance steps on, and this dumb shit, young shit, but young and dumb shit. And then when the responsibilities come to the table, then you stuck looking around like, what we supposed to do. Keep that, like, keep your boundaries, like, communicate your boundaries, communicate your standards, communicate when you don't like when someone is maybe a little bit too hot and heavy on you. Communicate that. Like, don't be afraid to, you can still have all your passions and be wild and, free and all of that. But when it's time to, button up and be professional, you got to be able to do that. It's probably like the most loose my robe and the most skin I've ever shown on a video. So it's like this energy of like your fiery passions are supported, but also that boss energy is needed. If you're going to be in that energy of having that type of passion and having that type of pull on people, you got to be, yeah. You got to be straight up like, okay, think of how people lust after like Rihanna and how sexy she is and how much of a boss she is and how she will let it be known like she not for to play with like that. Who else is a good example? Beyonce, she's a sex symbol. Even as she's, now a mother and has gotten older, like it was decades past where Beyonce was like the number one sex symbol in the world. But that's Big Mama. You're not gonna play with her. She's about her business first and foremost. And anything that she even gives you that is of a sexual nature or undertone, she gonna get that coin from it first. So something about sex workers, maybe somebody that prefers to get their finances taken care of rather than falling in love deeply. It don't have to be sex work, but and I don't trust me, I don't have no judgment against y'all because it's a real world out there and you got to get it how you live. But that just may be something that you're coming into contact with. Like you may be meeting someone who maybe does sex work or work in a strip club, or y'all met in a strip club, or maybe they have an OnlyFans, something like that. It don't have to be extreme sex work like you walk in the strip. People really don't do it that extreme as much anymore. It still exists, but shit is like real digital these days, or it's more kind of like a more classier taste to it. Like it's more of an escort than a lady of the night type thing. But just make sure you're taking care of yourself, because that boss energy, you're gonna need that if you're really trying to be in that lane. And again, this is only if kind of sexual things are prominent in your life. If not, then it's just that sacral energy, your creativity, especially if you're celibate. Your creative energy is like, it compiles, it's snowballing. So you walking around like a ball of just electric power that other people can feel. It's palpable. Like they can feel the tension. They see you walk in. Maybe there's like a sway in your hips, or there's a certain way that you speak when you're keeping all of that sacred creative energy within you instead of dispersing it out to other people. You have a certain pull about yourself. You have a very strong energy. And people who don't have their own boundaries and who don't have their own spiritual recognition or discernment, they'll go crazy. This is like a woman who is dancing beautifully, and then this is like a Black Panther here. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, that's a woman dancing with her feet up, toes pointed, Toes pointed. It might be somebody who want to put your toes up. They want you to point your toes when they put them up. Okay. I'm also getting that energy of, if you are someone that's already in like a sacred union and you don't have to go through all the motions of, kind of teaching people how you want things to be. This is the energy of maybe your partner wanting you to speak more up, be more vocal about how you like things and how they can please you. And that's also a help for, just sacred soulmates who haven't even gotten to that point of intimacy yet. Like, don't be afraid to vocalize what it is that you like, because that's going to help the relationship grow. In the heart position, we have the Five of Wands. And again, that's that kind of like power dynamic, push and pull, that battle of the wills. Right now, you may be bumping heads with people. Even if you're meeting new people, y'all may be like bumping heads in terms of like, give me your number. No, you give me your number. Like, it can go from that small up to a twin flame situation where y'all have these power dynamics and you always trying to check each other's phone and shit like that. So it is kind of that exchange, that push and pull of power is highlighted right now. And again, that is another form of just passion. You got to be strong to handle all of that passion. Like, everybody always wants to, I want this whirlwind romance, but do you have the authority? Do you have the spiritual authority to deal with it? Do you have the the discernment, the balance to be able to make decisions that are good for yourself? Or do you get so boy crazy or so girl crazy? Do you simp, so hard where you end up just throwing all your money away? Or you end up getting into these crazy connections where they spinning you in circles and stuff, and, got you disconnecting from people who really stood by your side, all because you want this one person so badly. And you have to be able to check yourself with these energies. Like, you don't get in over your head with that energy. If you want this kind of like sacred passion energy to be as strong as possible, you have to really be in the driver's seat, and you got to know how to whip that motherfucker. It's a big bitch. You got to know how to drive that bitch on rough terrain. It's like a Jeep. I'm getting, somebody may have a Jeep, or you may be a part of like a Jeep club, or you do like off terrain, like all the riding in the mud and shit like that. That may be what you're into, or you're going to some type of event like that, or some type of like monster truck event. I'm seeing like an arena with monster trucks, so something about monster trucks, or somebody got a big truck, or they got like a big Chevy with big rims, it sit up high, it got a lift kit on it. All of these things may be relevant. That could be somebody you talking to, or somebody could just be into like big showy cars and stuff. The guys who like the big, the loud muscle cars and stuff like that. That's one of the avenues that they, kind of, it's like an outlet for their creative energy. So that could be relevant to somebody. And girls who drive big trucks, something about girls who drive big trucks. So a woman driving an SUV, or women who like to sit up high when they drive. Those are the ones, or something about a woman knowing how to drive sticks. Like, these could all be relevant energies for you, that just letting you know, simple confirmations that will let you know that this energy is around you, and you have an increase in your sacral energy, and you're starting to see how it affects people outside of yourself. I'm saying it that way because even though it is sacral, like passionate energy, it is still the crown chakra. So this is how things are, like how you're having to think about things at the time, I should say. In the solar plexus, we have the Seven of Coins. Lean on what's real. Like, don't let nobody get in your ear. Again, if somebody is so attracted to you and they're so enamored with your just passionate nature and your willingness to let go and live freely, they could tell you anything. But you need proof. You need solid proof. Like, don't just let nobody sell you a dream and then, leave you high and dry. Because especially for masculines, after they bust that nut, they come back to their senses. And you don't want to be the one left, wet and leaking with a broken heart and abandoned. Because now that they done got your energy, they can go off. That's an energy transfer. They're going to take all your good juices, all your good energy, and they finna go get another bitch off of your steez. Don't let it be you. Don't fall for the okie doke, because I'm just saying, this energy is out here. But again, for the sacred soulmates, those who are already in union, those power dynamics, that push and pull, it's knowing how to trade energies, because it is still a two-way street. You still giving your energy to somebody. So if you married, you still giving them your energy every time you guys like make love, every time you have like intimate moments. But what are they doing with that energy? Are they bringing something back to the home, or are they taking it off and, kind of um being the one in the relationship who gets all the, it's a lot of times you see couples and it's one who everybody be on them, and then it's one who people may kind of wonder like, oh, what's she seeing her, what he seeing her. I hate when people do that. I'm guilty of it. I've done it before. This when I was much younger. But that type of energy, are you in a connection where you're allowing your significant other to like take your sacral, sexual energies and go off and be like the front person in the relationship, and then you kind of not getting nothing? I'm seeing like that dude, Derek Jackson, I think was his name, and he had like the wife who didn't nobody really know about, and then when they did finally see her, it was a little underwhelming, and then all the public had something to say about it. And he always comes up, he all buff and stuff and glistening chocolate and all of that, and then you see his wife and she looked kind of like shit. She looked overworked, if we can be honest, but it's kind of like that plain Jane energy that can cause like power struggles in the relationship, and you don't want that to be the reason why the love like is let go out of the connection. So if you feeling like you like the lesser party, or you're not the fly one, the hot one in the relationship, that can be a problem. You have to start bossing up with your sacred energy. You have to start like opening your mouth and telling people what it is that you want out of them, or what you expect out of the connection, or what it is that you need to feel sexier. And I'm not saying that you give anybody else power to tell you whether you should feel good about yourself, but you do have authority over what kind of treatment you receive from people. They say you have to teach people how to treat you, and I advise you start doing it early and often, advising people how to treat you, how to talk to you, because there will not be like a connection that is sparked. Like, you approached me because you like my energy, and then when we get in a relationship, now you taking my energy and you going out portraying yourself like that's your creativity, like this your sexuality, when really that's me on you. Like, you're wearing my essence but not, feeding into me. You don't want that to be the case, because it's very easy for those tables to turn with this type of energy. And sometimes it's not even intentional. That's why I say, like, if you don't want to be in a position where you like, mad at somebody and feel like they taking something from you, or mistreating you, or not giving you like your due value in the relationship, then you have to boss up with that. Like, as soon as you see some type of like little red flags and stuff, you gotta, oh, getting out of pocket. And honestly, if somebody get out of pocket with me too soon, I just cut the whole relationship off, because really, we just met each other. You already out of pocket. I'm not finna spend this whole relationship trying to get you back in pocket. Like, if we've been talking for like a couple weeks and you say something that rubbed me the wrong way, yeah, cool. Or even like, a couple dates or whatever, and you have a little mishap, yeah, fine. But very first exchange, or very first two couple exchanges, and you already out of pocket, keep it walking. Keep on walking. Because I know how to control my energy. I know how to control my sacred energy. Okay? You got to know how to control your sacred energy. And the actual sacral position is the high priestess. The high priestess is a very, it's spiritual, but that's also a sexual major arcana card. It's someone who has that. It's like that kind of Erykah Badu-esque kind of thing, where it's like you either fall in love with her, or you're going to be like immediately repelled. Like, what is she doing? So it may be some people at this time, like, if you are living more free and showing more skin, or listening to certain types of music and stuff, and you do walk with the sway in your hips, you are more poetic and free flowing. People will try to put like a negative connotation on you, as if you are dark, or like you some type of streetwalker. They will give you allegations, or just assume that you do have a OnlyFans, or people just run their damn mouth too much. But I'm getting like a lot of negative allegations that come from your spiritual energy, or a lot of like really defamation of character, if we can be honest. Like, people just saying any old thing, like dark gossip, going from house to house, ear to ear, porch to porch, phone call to phone call, talking shit about somebody just because they have like a very sexual nature or sexual energy. It's like I'm thinking of, it was a post I saw earlier where somebody was saying like, why, asking Cardi why she always pregnant or something like that. And why you between somebody's legs like that? That ain't none of your damn business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody wants to do that with their sexual energy, that's their business. And that's not that specifically like why you pregnant, but that could be it. Like, people could be always checking under your clothes trying to see like, Lotto, or is they pregnant? You know, people like to be the first to call if somebody else is pregnant first. They love to be the one, I think so and so pregnant, I think. Or if they see a change in your eating habits, or you know, a shift in your weight or something like that, they love to try to like call it, I think they pregnant. You know, they ain't married, this will be her third baby daddy. Like, I'm getting like that type of energy surrounding somebody who is just comfortable in their sexuality. But if you're comfortable in your sexuality, you have to be like vocal enough to like check people on that. Just like I said, ain't none of your fucking business. You got to be able to tell them just like that. Like, only you know what it is that you're doing. Only you know what seeds you're planting. Only you know what you're reaping. Only you know. And it ain't nobody else's business to even be speculating on that. It just is what it is. So again, that ability to be strict and stern with your own energy, and don't worry about it causing the flame to dwindle, because if they really have a genuine interest in you, the flame dwindling ain't gonna be enough for them to walk away. It ain't gonna be enough for them to abandon the connection if there's actually a real connection. Like, you standing for yourself, vocalizing that this is what I need to feel, you know, strength in my own energy. This is what I need. These are the boundaries that I've put up. If they can't handle that, they need to go away anyway, because they're only going to be like that karmic twin flame type of dynamic. It's going to be a constant siphoning from you, and you chasing them down, trying to get your energy back. And the only time they run after you is when they need another hit of your energy, of your sacred energy. You just have to know, you know. And what roots the reading, the root card here is the Four of Knives. Like, maybe you want to learn a little bit more about I'm hearing like tantric sex or like Kama Sutra. Maybe that's something that you want to explore more, because it could be just on the whole opposite end. You want to introduce this passion. Maybe you were the one in the relationship who's like, you know, plain Jane and always dressed up. Maybe you do want to take a walk on the wild side. I'm seeing Aisha Curry, but I don't really know much about what be going on with them or what she be talking about. I'm just seeing Aisha Curry. So maybe you take something from what she got going on or what she be talking about. Not knowing what she got going on, what she talking about, that could be an issue itself. Maybe somebody doesn't feel seen or heard in the relationship. Again, power dynamics. But it's up to you. You can't let nobody else, like, you can't expect somebody else to give you exactly what it is that you want if you haven't communicated what it is that you want. It just is what it is. Knowing yourself, sitting with yourself, exploring your own hobbies, taking the time out to meditate, being able to distinguish your inner voice from someone else's voice of persuasion, not being peer pressured into things that you don't feel comfortable with. If you don't want to give that man a threesome, don't do it. Because don't let it happen, and now you walking around insecure, wondering if he calling that girl back calling her behind your back. Power dynamics. It's like, what are you giving over to another person? If you think it's going to be too much, if you're going to feel shortchanged in the end, if you don't feel like what you're putting in is what you're getting out, you need to let it go. Because at the end, it's really you. You're the only one responsible for your energy, because no one else knows your inner workings like you. Can't nobody read your mind. It don't matter how long y'all been together. Only you know what's good for you. Only you know what turns you on. Only you know what turns you off. Yes, in a sacred connection, after a period of time, or after y'all have had many intimate encounters, they will start to pick things up. But if you never vocalize what it is that you like, they may do what you like that one time and then never do it again, because, you know, it's just in the heat of the moment. They think everything sound good. Maybe they didn't pick up there was a certain type of moan that came out when they did that certain thing. Like, if you don't say nothing, that might be the last time they ever do it. So you better speak up. Like, for real. It's just like, it's being real grown. Like, a lot of people think about passion and this, like, this, again, that whirlwind romance, Gone with the Wind, and like, you know, the old black and white movies where everything is just so extra dramatic. But in order to sustain a safe place, a safe plane for that type of rugged energy and for all of that to even be, balanced, it has to come with like, okay, let's lay down some ground rules. This is what we not doing. Somebody may need a safe word. Just saying, it's an energy of the Scorpio season. Somebody may need to establish a safe word. Or if somebody wants to bind you, tie you up, something like that, maybe don't let them tie up both hands and feet. Maybe you could tie up the feet or you could tie up the hands. Like, power dynamics, but it has to work. You got to find your even spot for both people to make it work, for things to be fruitful and for everyone to feel okay in the relationship, and for the trust to flourish. Because after the first few times of doing something, or after you tell somebody what you like and they get it right the first few times, it becomes an automatic thing. So now your pleasure is somewhat on autopilot, and you can just build and build and build on that from there. Like, you are the masters of these energies, but you have to master your own energy first. And a lot of that does come from alone time, knowing yourself. When you're talking to somebody and they getting right into sexual talk and all of that deeply obsessive, I love you and da-da-da and all of this and what they need from a woman and all of that, have we talked about our interest yet? What do you like to do? What kind of books you like to read? What kind of music you like? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? Like, hey, let's lay some groundwork first. Like, let's really put this thing on a stable foundation before we jump head first into this, oh, I love you, I need you so much. Like, no, we need to, we live in a real world, okay? The passion, the creativity, it's like, the left brain, or is it the right brain? It's the right brain. It's the right brain, because the left-handed be the creativity. So it's the right brain. The right brain be the one that want to do all of that. Prince Charming running across a flamed bridge, coming to give his princess the kiss of life. And okay, but let's lay some foundation. That's where the left brain come in. We need some logic. We need some good decisions, or how the finances looking. Because we shouldn't even be talking about no whirlwind romance when ain't neither one of us got a place to lay our head. Like, that type of stuff. And it takes a strong mind and also strong spirituality. You got to be a strong spirit. Like, don't let nobody come. Well, she said, you won't break my soul. But nothing anyone does in the bed with you, any intimate encounters, any relationships should not be able to break you like that. If you're able to be broken like that, you've given too much without speaking up for yourself. You've given like all of your decision making over to another person. And then it's like, once you deep in the mess and deep in the imbalance of allowing someone to just control your life, especially with their sex, that's going to be a problem for you. Because at the end of the day, you got to stand for yourself. You got to be okay with what you put out and what you get back. If you feel like you over giving and under receiving, it's going to be a problem. It's going to lead to some karmic interactions, karmic encounters. If you over giving, under receiving, over receiving, under giving, then your partner going to have a problem with it. Or they'll start to kind of be like dependent energies where they think you just going to read their mind, and then they be around here sulking and you having to run behind them and ask you, what was wrong? And now you got to perform and try to take care of them and do this and do that to try to cheer them up. Man, listen, we all grown out here. We all grown. We need to know who we are separately, and then we can walk into a balanced connection and thrive with another. So those are the energies here today. Y'all take care of your passions. Pour into your passions. Be passionate and free, but don't allow that energy to just be super, super attractive and a magnetic to another, and then they come in and like suck all your attractive magnetic energy and start trying to reflect it onto you. Like, I had a guy basically run me down to get my number, and I want to come see you, I want to come see you, I want to come see you. Then come time to come see, and he texting, are you ready for me? I was never ready for you. You wanted me. And like, I don't let a motherfucker ever forget that. Don't ever forget who approached who first. And it's not even an ego thing, but you're not going to take my energy because you noticed me walking from yards away. You saw the sway in my walk from yards away. Don't get up close and then start acting like it was me that wanted you. That be that bullshit. That be that twin flame shit. And I saw it early and went ahead and blocked early. I block early and often because that's stupid. Like, that's stupid. Don't do that. But that's the type of energy that we dealing with out here. Like, people who just so desperately need to feel important, who desperately need their ego stroked, but they don't actually have the creative juices themselves because they so busy dishing it out all over the place. All the thirst traps and stuff. You just giving out all your energy, and then at the end of the day, you don't really feel empowered. So you'll let somebody come and hit that old switcheroo on you. They'll want you, and then you get in close quarters with them, and they'll start that runner chaser shit like they want you to chase them when it was them that chased you down. We not having none of that. None of it. And sacred soulmates, don't let your connection sour to that point. Keep it balanced so that you can be an example to those of us who need that example. Okay? All right. See y'all in the next.